America's railroads are safer than ever before. U.S. Freight Rail makes safety of employees, customers, and the communities they serve its top priority.
Here we go.
In fact, railroad safety records have continuously improved for the last 30 years. But the safety challenge is never ending. And to meet that challenge, the railroads turn in part to their unique research and test hub, located on federal land in Pueblo, Colorado. The Transportation Technology Center Incorporated, TTCI, is owned by the Association of American Railroads. Every test facility at TTCI is tied to the safety mission, from detectors that spot hidden flaws in rails, wheels, and brakes, to advanced labs where machines test rail components for durability. But with testing for crashworthiness and the training for emergency response, TTCI is pushing the boundaries of the science of safety.
We might have an issue here with this cable in between.
A cornerstone of TTCI's safety research is the testing and design of crashworthy cars for both freight and passenger rail that can protect riders and crew. For 30 years, TTCI has been conducting impact tests on cars rigged with sensors and high-speed cameras. And this work has helped lead to innovation in the construction of cars that better absorb the energy of a crash.
We test conventional cars to find out how bad they are, and we test crash energy management equipped cars to find out how good they are.
Cut loose, 40 miles an hour!
Crash energy management systems are intended to dissipate the energy of a crash so that, for example, one car does not override another and rip the body open. The forces involved when the car hits the barrier can be in the millions of pounds. We had 6 sensors on the car. We had 2 video cameras running at 1,000 frames per second. So we get a time history of crash. Standards for improved crashworthiness came out of this work here at TTCI. So it's a revolution that's going on.
The U.S. railroads are also driving a revolution in the training techniques for emergency response. TTCI has become a world leader in the field over the past 25 years through the work of the Security and Emergency Response Training Center.
We serve the railroads with hazardous material training, as well as a number of first responders out here, firefighters or sheriff's departments, to learn how to deal with rail incidents.
It's the closest thing you can get to being there. If you're going to go to a hazmat class, you want this place for the simple fact that there's every type of container and actual hands-on skills out here that you could get.
We've trained since 1985 approximately 45,000 students, and right now we're in the neighborhood of about 2,000 plus students per year, and that's growing.
This is a world-class facility. This is a training opportunity unlike any other that they can have when it comes to rail response training.
We're not going to have all the information. We're going to have tidbits.
Those students are put through a rigorous course of instruction that takes them from the classroom to hands-on training.
When you go to tighten these, make sure you do it in a cross pattern.
To intense field exercises.
We use real-life scenarios here. We use live explosives. We use theatrical smoke and make it very realistic. It challenges that student to the limit.
Students are trained to set up an incident command.
We had butyl acrylate, which is involved with that violent rupture, some chlorine, some anhydrous ammonia.
And to respond to the very rare scenario of a derailment with chemical leaks.
There's nothing better. Well, the scenarios here, they're pretty realistic. So yes, it does get your heart going, and yes, you do get some adrenaline going.
At first it looks very overwhelming, but what we teach the student is to do a good hazard risk assessment and then come up with a good strategy to ultimately overcome that.
We shut the valves here for a special leak.
We are providing state-of-the-art training, and I do think we're having an impact on the mission we've been given, which is to provide the best training available to today's top-notch emergency responders.
Good work.